right, I'm Seth, and we're here at Affordable Flags and Fireworks at Colorado Springs with Jody. And first, we're going to do Super Bowl picks since the Super Bowl is coming up. What do you think, Jody?
I hate to say it, but I think the Patriots.
I'm going to agree with Jody. You can't beat
I'm
those
rooting
guys.
for the underdogs because I'm an underdog rooter.
Tom Brady and Bill Belichick are tough to beat, right?
Yes, yes.
How long have you been in business here at Affordable Flags and Fireworks?
30 years.
30 years. Awesome. And so you guys have done fireworks the whole time?
Most of it, probably about 28 years.
Cool. Do you have a favorite firework in the store that you always like to send people off with if you can?
Well, they quit making one of them, but the lemonade. Have you seen a lemonade?
I don't know. Come show us.
We got these in 2 years ago, and we did our free demonstration and sold out that night, 3 cases.
Oh, cool.
And our supplier sold out the same day, and we were unable to get any more for another year. This one is kind of like an illegal firework because it shoots out little balls, but since it doesn't shoot them more than 18 feet in the air, they're legal.
Ooh.
So
So it has some nice pop and crackles. What kind of colors do you expect out of an item like that?
this is multiple colored. And what's nice about fireworks anymore is they have the performance on them that says what you get,
All right.
which is a nice feature. I like that.
All right, and that one's a world-class product, right?
Yes.
And so we've got world-class, Great Grizzly, Big. Did I miss any that you guys?
Boomer. Shogun.
Shogun. Yep.
Cutting edge, yes.
Cutting edge.
Showtime is that's the lanterns.
And actually, we were talking about the lanterns. Why don't you share some of your fun tips with the lanterns on the best way to and what people like to use them for?
Stay away from trees. Do it on a cool evening when there's no breeze, and they will float up quite a ways. It's really fun to see.
We were chatting, a lot of times these things get caught up in trees and can be a bit controversial sometimes in the firework world, but it's good to have good pyros like Jody that can give you some good tips on how to along the way.
I've always liked the fish out of water,
Okay.
or jumping jelly beans, another name for it,
Yep.
because they send out the globs of color. That's really pretty.
And to be fair, right now we're hitting, Jody, just after New Year's. We're months away from the 4th of July. So the bulk of the store is dedicated to flags, but you come here during the month of June, and I promise you're going to have a huge selection to look for.
Yes, many choices. I love the ground spinners. Have you ever had a ground balloon fall in a bucket of water?
No?
It keeps going.
Really?
It does. And if it's a white bucket, you can see it at night. It's really
Ooh.
cool. Yeah.
Okay, that's a new trick. I like to try to get the ground balloons to fly up in the air sometimes. They'll take off if you can time it just right.
Do you ever read the package? Put on ground light and get away.
Well, you got to experiment with them every now and again, right?
And that's why people get burned.
So do stick to the rules on the labels. They're smart there.
That's right. There's good reasons for that. I just like the ones that crackle and pop a lot. There used to be one called Pop Pop, I think it was called. It was so cool because all it was white pops.
Kind of like the crackling balls. Do you guys have some of those?
Oh,
or are these
yeah.
more of an aerial?
Have you ever done the big balls?
Ooh, the big balls are always fun.
Yes, you have to give them a good 10-foot radius because they just
They really jump out and
yes,
go everywhere, right?
That's really cool. I like that one.
All right.
That's why we do the free demonstration, to show people what they do and
yeah.
to warn them, this is what you have to do when you light this one.
I'll tell you, along the lines of the lemonade one, did you see that beer mug one that they've got up there?
Yes,
I was going to say that one's always a really popular one
It
for
is.
us too.
some of them it's more packaged than anything else, but which is why we light them before we do them. Whistling Color Cuckoo doesn't even whistle.
So Whistling Colored Cuckoo is a good one.
Oh man, well that's deceiving in the name alone, right?
Right, but the world's highest goes up real high, probably 15 feet. And the never ending just goes on and on and on. Just goes on and on and on. Just goes on and on and on. I'm the kind of fireworks person, why buy a bunch of little stuff when one big one does everything?
I say get all the big ones and all the little ones.
Yeah.
Enjoy everything.
That's true. I'm out of the alien head.
That
That is
We saw
cool.
that earlier today, and I thought that was a really cool looking,
It's
especially
really
from a
cool.
marketing standpoint.
The only thing they missed on that was they should have had some green smoke come out at the end.
That would probably be a nice touch, huh?
That would have been a really cool finale.
Do you think that marketing is probably the biggest thing that's changed over the years that you've been in fireworks? I mean, you're a seasoned veteran at this point. You've been doing this a lot longer than I have.
Yes, marketing's really big. Problem is, every year they will make the same fountain, put a different label on it or something, and people come back and say, I had this last year. And it's like, sorry. They don't make that one anymore.
I think a lot of that has to do, once the authorities figure out what the good ones are, the folks in China are smart enough to change the label so they can keep bringing them back for more.
That's true, because the zippers change the name every year.
I gotta believe that's something.
It has something to do with it, yes.
Well, we can't leave the store. I saw that you do have some Excalibur up there. That's definitely the big one that we gotta show everywhere we go.
Okay.
That's the household name for artillery shells, right?
Yeah. It's a good one. I sell a lot of that one. Of course, the Colorado laws, they're not legal here.
So explain some of that. The section that we were just browsing in, anyone can buy that. And then over here, this is the good stuff, so to speak, right?
This is the stuff that's not legal in the state of Colorado. So you have to prove to me you don't live here, which is your out-of-state registration to your car and your driver's license. And then you have to sign a release saying you know they're illegal in Colorado and you're going to remove them from the state.
And you have no intent to discharge them while you're visiting, right?
Right.
Very good. So you've got some of the 200 gram cakes, 500 gram cakes, got some Roman candles, black cats, bottle rockets, of course the artillery shells, and everyone knows about the Excalibur. Those have a nice thump to them, but put out some pretty effect. You get 24 canister shells. They're rated #1 in the world. Those multi-shot cakes, everyone kind of puts them down because they cost a little bit more, but to your point, you get a great bang for your buck, and for a New Year's type of display, we were talking about that earlier, sometimes it's nice to go out and just set down something and be done with it.
Light one fuse, you don't have to worry about it falling over, you don't have to reload a mortar. It's the best way to do it.
It's easy.
Not that I would know, because they're not legal here.
Well, you had to go demo them before you bought them, right?
Let's just say we had a demonstration.
Well, there's plenty of conventions to get to see all these, and a lot of these companies do a good job getting their word out, and obviously that's what we're doing.
YouTube videos.
Yeah.
If you want to know what a fountain does anymore, you can look up a YouTube video of it.
It's usually pretty easy to find one or two along the way, right?
Definitely. So
that's what we've started to move towards, is get a lot of the product videos online, and then people can see and know exactly what to expect, and there's no disappointment, right?
Right. And since we are a permanent, we'll take the firework back if it doesn't go off.
And that's always great to have a name that's willing to stand behind their product. Not everyone is willing to do that with the duds, so to speak. At the end of the day, this stuff is all made in China, and there can be some room for error in the process. Nothing's perfect.
Stored properly.
Yeah. Any of this stuff, if it gets a little bit too much humidity or moisture, and it might not do what you wanted it to. But
right.
For the most part, if you keep it off the ground and store it well.
Don't store it near your hot water heater. But I have people ask me, if I put it in the trunk, it's going to hit 100 degrees. Is it going to blow up? No, it's not going to blow up.
It's amazing, the storage containers they leave these things in through the heats of the summer. And I mean, you go in there with the laser gauge and it'll tell you it's well over 120 degrees, but all the explosive stuff stays.
They aren't going to
just fine.
spontaneously combust. No.
As long as you keep them dry and in a spark-free environment, it's usually pretty good deal.
No smoking near your trunk of fireworks.
So, Jody, do you have a favorite item outside of fireworks in the store that you'd like to share with us? You've got different sporting products, decals, flags is obviously your big deal.
Right.
All sorts of car flags right in front of us, as you can see.
Believe it or not, it's those wind chimes.
The wind chimes.
They are tuned to a musical scale.
Well, show us.
And they're guaranteed to be in tune. Isn't that pretty?
Ooh, that does sound really pretty.
This one's my favorite.
And what brand is that?
Corinthian bells.
Corinthian bells. Well, Jody, tell us your address and where you're at in the greater Colorado Springs area so everyone can find you if they're looking for you.
We're on the south end of town, 3905 South Highway 8587, south of the World Arena, if you know the town. And
Very
we're
good.
here 6 days a week, every month, and 4th
And-
of July we're open late.
And they stick to their hours. We popped in very late in the day, and Jody was quite gracious to show us around the store, and give us a great show, giving us the tour of the place. And I'm really impressed. I'd love to see what this place looks like over the 4th of July. I hope you'll share some pictures with us.
It's a bit crazy.
Super. Well, it's nice to meet you, Jody, and thank you so much for giving us a tour of your store. It's a great place.
Thank you. Okay.
So that's your number one seller in the store, you think?
It's not the number one seller,
It's your favorite.
but the quality, and they've got 5-year warranty, and you can hear how it just resonates.
It is beautiful.
They're beautiful.
What kind of dollars are we talking about with that?
They start at 60.
I mean, that's not too terrible when you look at how big some of these are.
But look at the tubes. I mean, some of those big ones I can't even look at. Oh, yeah. And the company sells other ones that are a little less expensive. You got the Corinthian bells, you've got the Shenandoah melodies, you've got the, this one's called that's the Shenandoah. Lakeshore melodies.
Those are really beautiful.
They quit making
Go Big Red.
You can turn that off now.